What's up, everybody? Welcome to the CBC Wisdom Hour, number 169 for May 20th, 2022. I'm Steve Witchell in New Orleans.
And I'm Tony Potter coming to you from New Jersey. What's happening?
Yes, this episode today is brought to you by Bandzoogle. Go to bandzoogle.com and sign up for a website and a free 30-day trial using the promo code CoverBandCentral. Websites are important these days still. They've always been important, and you don't need to design one. You don't need to learn code and stuff. Just go to Bandzoogle and get a website that looks professional. If you don't believe me, go to Bandzoogle and check out some of their examples. They're killer.
Now more than ever, Steve, a website is a very relevant thing to have.
It's just always going to be. It's always going to be home, Anyway, welcome everybody to the Wisdom Hour tonight. It's Friday night. It is a little after 7 Central Time. And we are live. Come on in and say hi. Tell us where you're from, and we will say hi back. And we will discuss topics of your choice and topics of our choice. We'll start with our choice, but
as usual.
But we'll field your questions and your comments and anything you want to talk about. Come on in and talk to us.
Come on, chit chat.
Definitely tell us where you're from. We always like to know where in the world we're reaching.
Facebook user, where are you from tonight?
Right. If you're in the group, you got to click in the Facebook Cover Band Central group. You got to click that link that lets StreamYard show your name so we know who you are. Because we're watching on StreamYard. That's what we use to broadcast this whole thing. And if you're listening live on the audio podcast, thank you for doing that. And you can't see us, but you could see us if you came to Facebook and watch the replay or watch it live, or go to our YouTube channel where you can subscribe and you can check out all our previous episodes and stuff.
So the next time you have 169 hours of free time, go back, start at the very beginning, which is probably now what, Steve, 3.5 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
So, yeah.
I should know the date. I did know the date. We just passed our anniversary recently, and I failed to mention it. Sorry about that.
Terrible.
Maxine's in Western Australia. It is Saturday for her.
Weekend has already begun.
Yeah. Everybody else, let us know where you're from, so we know where we are reaching live. So we've been off for a few weeks due to scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
And Tony's demise for a short period.
Just challenged. I would say demise. I was challenged.
Do you want to talk about it?
I was fortunate. I mean, I'm happy to talk about it. There's not much to talk about.
Okay.
But I did, after 2 years of evasive action.
Jennifer
was happening.
I love Jennifer. I know Jennifer. She's great.
After 2 years of elusive action, I finally got caught up with COVID.
So COVID came and visited your house.
Yes, and COVID joined my band for a week, and but I will tell you this: there's some new 5-day Praxavid pill that you take, and it's like 3 pills in the morning, 3 pills at night,
which you cannot legally endorse here. Let's just make that very clear.
Yes, I'm not legally endorsing it, but anyway, there's the magic pills you can take now that fight COVID, and within 24 hours or so, you are back on your feet and feeling refreshed and just like your old self. And within a few days later, you're back to, at least I was back to normal. Good. If you want to consider my normal to be normal. But yes, I was back to my level of normalcy.
I am very happy that you're back and healthy.
Yes, thanks, Steve. Good to be back. Glad to be back. And it was funny because I gigged and then I got COVID the following Wednesday, and then I was sick for that week, and then I was not contagious anymore, and then I just gigged 2 weeks to the day Wednesday evening. Excellent. So I did not miss any gigs. Very important.
Good. Yeah, the Time Machine is watching us from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
The Time Machine.
Leo coming back always from St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Hey, Leo.
Todd's in Nebraska. Paul's in Oklahoma. We got the Heartland in here. Rehan in Hobart, Australia. I think I said that right, too.
Mm-hmm.
Drowning Sorrows in Victoria, Australia. A lot of Australia.
Big in Australia tonight, Steve. It's great.
Kelly's in Ottawa, Canada.
Cheers.
And Ron's in Saratoga, New York.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you don't have permission to share. Stop that. Don't share any medical advice. We are not doctors, nor do we claim to be medical professionals.
Listen, allegedly Steve's looking for infringements, but all I'm saying is that This was my personal experience, Steve. So if you were interviewing a guest and they said, "Hey, I drive a Chevrolet Tahoe," you can't be like, "We do not endorse General Motors products, nor do we advocate anything that he's saying right now."
Well, it's a little more
It's a
squirrely
little more touchy and
when it
sweet.
comes to medicine. Jason said, "Hey guys, what's up, Jason?"
It's happening.
Steve in Bodfish, California. Cool. Hawaii, which is where I would love to be. And Jerome's in the Philippines. Cool. We're all over the world.
Yeah,
Jennifer's
good.
glad you're feeling better.
Full house tonight. Thank you.
She sends you nice well wishes there.
Appreciate that much.
Kyle Swafford's here. He says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Kyle?"
It's happening.
Kyle's out in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area.
Idaho.
Jolene is in Kansas.
So what's new and exciting in the life of Steve gig-wise these days?
Gig-wise, I'm still doing the weekdays, but they took away our Thursday. Just to recap, those of you who don't know, I play bass. I play in New Orleans on Bourbon Street full-time. It's like a house gig, so we play just at this one club. And we've been playing for 4 nights a week, Monday through Thursday, and they took away our Thursdays. No, that's a I love it. I mean, it's a lot doing 4 nights in a row, and they're long nights. There's people there. So we're playing to, it starts slow. There's nobody in the room, and we start slowly building a room. By the end of the night, it's a packed house for, some of the nights for most of the night, it's a packed house. So it's exhausting. And like, I would rather be home at my age, Tony. I'd rather be home working on Cover Band Central than playing 4 nights a week. So they took away our Thursdays, and Jason, the band leader, was glad about it, and I was too. He was happy to give that away. It's only one day, but it makes such a difference, dude.
All's well that ends well, Stevie.
But it makes such a difference. You would think just one day, it's not that big a deal, but it's 4 nights of work and 3 nights off versus 3 nights of work and 4 nights off. Big difference.
Yeah. Extra day to get your stuff done.
Yes. Thank you, Jason. Said he's sharing this.
Cool.
It's actually, yeah. And I would rather, dude, I mean, you know this by now, and a lot of people, I guess, can figure it out, but I'd rather be working on Cover Band Central.
Yes, you always say that. Because you're dedicated, Steve, and it's your passion, and you've built it up to what it is. So, you want to be consumed by it and work on it. So the more time you can get to spend on it, the happier you'll be.
Yes, and the happier everybody else in Cover Band Central land will be.
And the happiness in Cover Band Central land will
be
exuded to everyone. Come enjoy the happiness.
Yeah, because a lot of what is going on with Cover Band Central works. It works well, and people really like it. And I want to just make it better and better and better. And I think that there's an ability here now to make a quantum leap. And having that extra time.
Quantum leap.
Yes.
We need like good effects on that, which you don't have.
I don't have a reverb.
Jimmy, I got a guy over here. Wake up, man. Come on. We're on. We're broadcasting. My crew's not paying attention tonight. I'm sorry.
My buddy Dominic is at Joey B's house.
Dominic, Joey B, what's up?
Love Dom. So yeah, I have some big plans. I can tell you about a little bit of what I've been doing, if you're interested.
Sure, Steve, definitely.
Well,
please tell us.
I found this thing.
Cover Band Central does not endorse the opinions of others. Go ahead, Steve. Tell us your story.
Well, I found this thing called buymeacoffee.com, and I put a link in the description for it. And it's a place where people can go.
Buymeacoffee.com?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it's kind of like Patreon, where creators can go in there and build a community and take essentially tips from people. It's created as you're just buying me a coffee, and I put it as buy me a beer instead of buy me a coffee. So It's still buymeacoffee.com, but I say, hey, buy me a beer or buy us a beer. And when you look at it that way, it's more fun, and people are a little more willing, I think, to get into that party. So I created that. I put a link in the description if anybody wants to go click it and buy a beer, try it out. I would love to see how it works because I just set it up. So I want to see if it really
Can you
works.
buy anything else other than beer if I want like a
No,
vodka
no,
tonic or
it's
something?
you're just giving money. I could put in there like buy me a pizza or anything. I could anything. I
Oh,
could.
Steve, how good would it be to have a pizza right now?
Hey Tom.
Excellent.
Tom said, "Hey."
What's up?
He liked that I said his name. Maybe. Pam's in Connecticut. Hello, Pam. Did I tell that already?
I don't think so.
Um,
We've been around the world, Steve. We just got back to the U.S.
Kelly asked, "Do you happen to run into Trevor down there?" I'm not sure who Trevor is. I do know a Trevor. I might know more than one Trevor, but I'm not sure. Or maybe he wasn't talking to me. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know any Trevors down there. Wait, hang on. Guys, any Trevor down there? No. Sorry. Don't have any over here.
Buck Bob Friedman says, South Florida, what booking agent do you recommend for rock and classic rock? I don't know any booking agents, particularly in South Florida. So,
but I guarantee that someone in the group does.
Rachel's waiting for her gig to start watching us. Thank you. I have a great gig.
Yeah.
Get out there, Rachel, and kill it. Play it like
awesome.
play it like it's your last gig.
Bring it, Rachel. Bring it.
Bring the passion, bring the love, bring the glory to the stage. So I set this up. So I put the link in the description. People can click on it. buymecoffee.com/CB Central, I think it is. And but I set up a membership thing where I'm going to start teaching marketing to people. And marketing is like an icky word to a lot of people. It sounds like work. It sounds like, what? I got to do work? What is that? But all marketing really is selling yourself, getting the word out about whatever it is you do or have or be. And I'm pretty good at it. I built this entire Cover Band Central thing up to almost 400,000 now. It'll be 400,000 in a few weeks at the rate it's growing, which is pretty awesome. And I've learned a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've learned a lot of easier ways to do things. And I'm going to start helping people because musicians don't know how to market themselves. Most of them don't.
Right.
And it's not because, I don't think it's because they don't want to. It's just because they don't really know what to do. So I'm going to teach people what to do. What do you think about that?
Sensei, you teach me how to be marketing genius, Steve? Excellent. I think it's a great idea. I think that you're 100% right that marketing any product, especially a band, right, is, it's key to the success of the band. And the best marketing is, of course, the band showcasing themselves at a live gig, right? But like you said, all the things that go with that, all the things that go with social media, online, all the different avenues of marketing, right? And there's so much out there today, and it can be very confusing. Like, how do I even start? Where do I go? What do I do? So I think it's a super viable idea that a lot of people will capitalize on.
Yeah, and there's so many facets to it, and there's so many different things you could do, and it's fun. It really is fun once you learn how to do it. It's a lot of fun. Because I'd spend a lot of quote unquote work with Cover Band Central with marketing it, but I love it. It's fun for me. It's like a game.
Yeah,
that I get to play, and I could see immediate results too. And it's so on the buymeacoffee.com thing, there's a membership tab. You click that, and you can see some different options for memberships on that. So it's like a monthly fee. It's very cheap, or you could pay for the whole year. And there's 3 different levels: a basic, an intermediate, and an advanced level. And there's I'll get more into it later once it gets going, but people can click on that link in the description and check it out if they're interested, because I can definitely, if anybody's going to be able to teach musicians marketing, it's me. I'm going to be able to do it because I care about bands and how well they do. I really genuinely care, and I really know how to do this. So
Steve the Market Witchell.
Yes, that's good. We'll change my name to that. Yes. We all work for our weekends. Everybody's working for the weekends.
Yeah. I tell you what, dude, we started playing that song and it goes over huge.
You know what? We play it too, and we had a nice huge crowd one of the nights this week. I think it was Tuesday, and we took our break. We did 3 sets, took our break, and came back. And it was a big crowd. And normally we would come back with "Sweet Emotion,"
Mhm.
which is a good, ease back inner. But sometimes you want to come back in and just slam. So we
Yeah, I was
came.
gonna say that sounds like more of a first set song to me, "Sweet Emotion." It's very
Well,
sleepy. Like you say, if you wanna come out swinging, second
yeah.
set.
Yeah. So I said, let's do Working for the Weekend first when we came back from break. And the
And how'd
packed
that go
house,
over?
it didn't. It didn't do well at all.
Really?
Yeah, it dumped. I would say it dumped about 30% of the house.
Wow.
And it might have been because of the song that was playing before, or the
Which
songs that were playing before. They might have been more dancey songs. I don't remember. But
dance floor clearer.
yeah, I mean, not entirely, but it was a packed room and we lost I'd say about 30% of the room.
Dude, I remember playing in Outskirts, right? And you may have even been in the band, or it might have been in Zach days, but they used to do Out in the Street by Bruce, and dude, talk about a dance floor clearer, man. I don't know who was making the set. It wasn't me, but the order that they put him in, they'd put that like right after Killers, like somebody told me. The whole dance floor is packed. People are going crazy. Dude, Out in the Street comes on. Ghost town, gone.
Yeah, it was brutal. And because when you see it happening, you're thinking, all right, it's going to come out. Cowbell. Bah, 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 ta,
Yeah.
nah, 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 and as soon as I was like,
There they go.
oh
See you
my
later.
God, you
Have a
know
good
it.
night, buddy.
Yeah, you know it within the first 30 seconds. You could see like people were dancing. They're like, and then there's nothing you could do about it at that point. You can't stop the song. You got to
No,
play the whole
you
freaking
need an
song.
out at that point. You should be like, do pop, and then go into something else, like it was meant to be. You gotta have like a parachute.
That's an option, and that's something I've done before, or I've been in bands where we did that before, where it was obviously like abort mission.
But you know what? You could actually make a lot of fun out of it if you just stop and said, "Dude, guys, come on! Obviously, no one wants to hear this song, so let's do something else."
But it
And
wasn't that. It
but
was
have something to go back into.
it was like there were big waves of water going, and then the waves just kind of slowed down. So there were still waves.
Yeah, but the wind, everyone's
Some
like,
because some people were digging it. It just wasn't.
"I'm
It,
sure."
it
Just wasn't the
wasn't
majority rule. That's
it
all.
wasn't the right song for the right time. But I
Mhm.
always think like that song should work. Like it's a great song. It's fun. It's upbeat. It's everybody working for the weekend.
But
Like
like you said, it's also the timing of
Steve
it
said.
because you don't know what was on the jukebox before, you know what I mean?
Well, it was a DJ, not a jukebox,
And
but
maybe
yes.
if you would have sang "Working for Tuesday," it would
But
have
I
went
think it
over better.
was like "Don't Stop Believin'" was the last song. So it's like, okay, we can't play that, which would be another opener too. That's always a good
Yep.
one to come back to. Um, would have been funny if they played that and then we came up and played it again. But
Should have done "Another Thing Coming" by Priest.
I don't.
That's a good
Yeah,
opener.
we do that once in a while. That's not a good opener. That would crush the room. That would
Not being facetious, Steve.
yes. Um,
Right song for the right time for the right place.
right.
That's really the key of the band, right? You have to let's say you have 200 songs in your set list, right? And any given night, you might do 40 or 50. So, you got to handpick which ones
Hmm.
out of your master list, right? That are going to fit the venue or the party or the room or whatever, the
Yes.
event.
Yes.
That's the key. And also, like you had said in past episodes, being able to adjust on the fly where, you're halfway through a set and people just aren't digging it. I remember playing a gig one time with Weisenheimer, some private party, and it was like 2 or 3 songs in and people were dancing, but all the songs were like the same tempo.
Yeah.
So, and some lady on, she goes, "Oh, come on, you gotta play something that's a little more upbeat than this."
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, bring it on." She's yelling at Steve. So I was like, "Yeah, yell at him."
Just a reminder, those who are watching, if you're just popping in, tell us where you're from. I only always say that in the beginning, and then I don't forget to say it now throughout the
Yeah,
episode. So
right.
I just said it again. Say in the comments, tell us where you're from, and we'll say hello.
Yes, and you
Um,
should also remind them, Steve, how to get their name up so it doesn't say Facebook user.
well, so far everybody's good.
Yeah, but maybe people just joining on now or getting ready to come on.
If
Maybe there'll
they're
be a
in the
Facebook
group,
user,
yes, you need to. If you're in the group, you need to click on that thing and let StreamYard show your name.
There you go.
So to get back to so it's been busy. Like that night, I ended up recovering somehow, like calling the right songs after Loverboy, but um,
And like the
it's
Pied Piper, did they start to come back in, like flock back into the club?
no, we just turned it over. We got different people.
Nice. Well,
Um,
that's pretty typical anyway for you.
This is a random question from Kenny. He said, I recently got videos from 2 Georgia Tech Theta Chi fraternity parties from 1987. They're both on DVD. How can I digitize the videos to be shared? Well, there are companies that will do it for you, Kenny, or you can buy yourself some hardware to do it yourself and some software, probably, which is probably not expensive because I have a way to do it with VHS and it's cheap. You just have to buy a cable. So
And what, you have a cable that goes from your VCR into your
to
computer,
USB, yeah.
into
Mhm,
USB, and then there's a program that converts it for you.
mhm. You have to
Excellent.
record it obviously in real time because it's a VHS tape, but,
Yeah, understood.
you know, but DVDs might be different. You might not have to record that in real time.
Wait, but what did he say he had though? What kind of media?
DVD.
Oh, he had DVDs and he wanted to digitize it.
So it's already digital, so
Yeah,
you just
yeah. I
wanna
was gonna say 'cause if it's tape, you got to bake it. Otherwise, after a certain amount of time, it's going to be done.
right. So Leo said sometimes clearing the dance floor is a good thing. It means they're buying drinks at the bar, which is would be true,
If they weren't leaving out the
if they
door.
were walking out the door and they're buying drinks at a different bar,
Hmm.
in my case. Um, but
They're like,
anyway,
"F you guys, work this."
right. I love that. If that ever happens, and it rarely does happen, but if somebody is walking out the door with their finger in
Excuse
the
me.
air, it's
Yeah,
great.
that'd be great. They're like, "Adios, MFers."
Carrie's in Perth, Western Australia.
That's funny.
Lindsay
Yes,
says
very
very. I don't
funny.
know what very is.
Very funny. She had a little smiley face after, or very happy. Maybe she's very excited.
Geraldton, Washington. Geraldton, Geraldton.
Geraldton,
I don't know how to say that.
like
So
Gerald D.
anyway,
Ford.
so
Geraldton.
it's so 3 nights now. I'm working. I got
Yellow
4 nights off.
Geraldton.
It's the best time of year to have a reduced workload because here, unlike everywhere else that gets busy during the summer, here it gets slow. Er, After Memorial Day, it is slower. June, July, August, slow.
Hmm.
And it's too freaking hot, and it rains every day in here in New Orleans. So I prefer working less during the summer. So this is all good, and I'll have more time for CBC things
Hmm.
and Steve Witchell things,
Yep.
whatever
And you're
that may
still
be.
doing the other gig, right?
I'm doing the other gig. I'm there next week. That's up in Tunica, Mississippi at the
Hmm.
Gold Strike Casino, 3 nights, Monday,
Very cool.
Tuesday, Wednesday. So not this coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but the following I will be up there.
Nice.
Um,
I,
and
I have some nice big outdoor festivals coming up in the next month or two.
okay,
So that's gonna be exciting. Outdoors, full big PAs, you know. Nice.
very good. I want to see some video. You never show me video.
Yeah, and every time I've been shooting video lately, there's some kind of like hex on it where there's some kind of problem. So
Can you just get a tripod, sit it out in the
no, I have that. I have a tripod that I set out with my video camera on it, but like it gets shut off or the memory card got something happened and then it got unplugged and then they plugged it back in. Like someone like kicked the plug out and then plugged it back in by accident, but once it lost power, you turn it back on, it's not on anymore.
oh wow.
You know? So yeah, I had some issues, but I have a gig coming up June 22nd, outdoor gig. I'm gonna try to get some good footage from that gig.
Okay,
That'll be
good.
the next one.
We need to see that.
Yeah.
Video, very important.
Super
And
important.
and that brings us to the topic of the day.
Topic of the day.
Videos. I haven't told you this yet, but I started a couple weeks ago
Yeah.
soliciting for Cover Band Central members to send me their videos of their band performing one cover song, um, live or studio. Either way is fine. And I would share them because the audience, like I said, almost we're hitting 400,000 very soon. It's a big audience,
Mm.
and it's a good chance to get people that only have that are making really good videos, but only have a couple hundred views, to get them exposure. I know exposure is a dirty word, but in this case, it's not. Um, and it went well. I got a lot of submissions, hundreds of submissions, and I watched them all. And I picked the ones that I thought were certain qualities. It has to be entertaining. The performance has to be good. It's got to look good. It's a video.
Mm-hmm.
It has to look good. And the sound, just a lot, the song selection, and I found some gems, man. Some people out there I love this audience. CBC members, there's so much talent around the world, dude. There's so
Oh
much.
yeah.
And it's so fun. It's been so fun to watch everybody's videos. But there's definitely some issues with creating videos that people have.
I'm sure it's very challenging.
Yeah. I mean, like you just
Listen,
said, you have
it's
technical
very
issues.
time consuming too. You know what I mean? Like to manipulate the software, and if you're working, depending what platform you're working on, right? But a lot of that editing software it takes a little while to get used to how to use it.
It does.
You know?
It does. You have to put some work in, or just know somebody that does it.
Yeah.
But
Or that.
once you figure it out, it's not that
No,
hard.
once you get a couple under your belt, it definitely gets easier.
Yeah. But I mean, first off, I put the post up, and most people followed the direction. But then I did it again yesterday, and people started posting their video in the comments when I clearly said in the post, send your submission to steve@coverbandcentral.com.
Mm-hmm.
So following direction is step number one in this whole process.
In any process, Steve.
Being able to follow direction, follow instructions, not difficult instructions. Send to this. Send
So
a
are you
link.
sharing with us now any videos from your
I'm
perusals?
not. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
If people want to see it, they can go to the Cover Band Central Facebook page every
Mhm.
day. It posts at 3:30 Central Time, so that would be 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, or 1:30 p.m. Pacific. If
All right, so
it's
listen, let me ask you a question. So this is a good topic, right?
Yes,
So what were some of the standout things with the videos in regard to like audio versus the video quality? I know sometimes you can put your iPhone on a tripod and you can get a great video with a great sound, amazingly, with bottom and everything. Other times you may have a high-end video camera, but it doesn't have the audio capability, or maybe it's on a fixed position where it's looking at the same angle of the band the whole time. It's not zoomed in. It's not like a multi-camera shoot or something.
right.
So what are some tips you could give us that would be relevant to those scenarios? Like, let's say I don't have 3 different cameras and I don't know how to edit the stuff together, right?
Right. John asked it, is it only for bands or solo artists too? Solo artists too? Absolutely. Just as long as you're performing a cover song from beginning to end. I mean, there's a ton of tips there. The multi-camera shoot is very beneficial. It is it makes the viewing experience much more enjoyable. It's like watching it on TV with a professional, you
Sure.
know, uh, presentation. So a lot of people are doing that. A lot of bands sent me videos with multi-cameras. I don't know.
From a live gig or in the studio?
Both. Both.
Because always in the studio, like, I've shot over the years many videos with bands, promo videos, and it's always multi-camera shoot, and then they edit it all together and it's great. But for, the regular band that's going to play at a club or a nice big event that doesn't have a big, budget to hire that type of company to do that, a multi-camera shoot live. I'm surprised you did see a bunch of them because that would seem
Yeah.
like a pretty,
And like
uh,
Steve said, with zooms and
yeah,
pans. Yeah, I think you can hire people pretty cheap these days, all things considered, to get it done for you. Or if you have a good following, you have a good fan base, you're gonna know people out there that have experience with media like that.
hmm,
And if they like you, they like your band, they'll usually, people are more than happy to help out. and say, okay, well, you need this program and you need to set up the cameras this way, and I'll do it. I'll shoot this. And I know my friend needs some extra work, so he'll come out and do the steady cam or what. I mean, what
Yeah.
you have to have the will to get it done first, and then it will come, you'll figure it out as you're going along. So I don't, as far as whether it should be iPhone or digital cameras or whatever, I don't know. I'm watching these videos and I don't know. I don't really think about that, like like what it was shot with. I'm just looking for the viewer experience. So, I mean, there's cases where you could put a camera on a tripod and it's just that still shot, the one frame the whole time, and it could still be very enjoyable as long as the performance is good
Right.
and
Right.
and it's aesthetically pleasing to the eyes, whatever it is. You have to know how to frame the stage or frame the people in there, like you would do for a photograph.
Sure.
So you need to kind of,
You gotta
you
have an
know,
eye. You gotta have a little bit of artistic eye of
have
the
an
angle that
artistic
you want
eye
to
and
get.
know,
Mhm.
yeah, know kind of basic fundamentals of that, of framing things. Like you don't want to put anything dead center ever. You want things to be off a little bit from
Mm,
center because the eye wants to travel around the screen,
mm.
just like a picture. Um, So that's fine if that's all you have. Because I have a digital camera that I've done that at Crazy Corner. I've set it up on tripod, just shot what was there, and it's not bad. The challenge I have at Crazy Corner is location of the camera. Um, I went I set it up all the way in the back of the club and put it up as high as I could, and I framed the stage good and listen back, and it sounds good. It's not too close to PA speakers where it's not overdriving. You can
Right.
see everybody. But when people start coming in the room, you can't they start standing in front of the camera and you can't
Uh,
see the stage.
gotcha.
So I need to I don't know if there's a solution there other than having somebody handheld, handhold.
Mm.
But like Greg mentioned, rule of thirds is the thing you need to know when you're framing subjects in your picture. Um, so I mean, I found a bunch of videos that were just a single shot, and the performance was killer, and it was a great song choice.
Mm.
So, like, okay, that's good, and it looked aesthetically pleasing. Um, I mean, there's one, uh, Nights in White Satin, I think he did, and it's just a dude sitting there with his guitar and a microphone, but he's got like a good amount of reverb, the right amount of reverb on the vocals. You can hear everything clearly. It's in his house, he's sitting like on a couch and he just has
Right.
the camera facing him.
That's great.
But he was so like the email he sent me, he was so humble and he was just like, I might as well give it a shot. What the heck? And then I watched and I know within I know generally within 5-10 seconds at the most if it's something that I would consider
Right.
choosing,
Mhm.
based on all those all those characteristics, the frame, the song choice, the sound, every all that. But this guy, I started watching it and I'm like, and I'm more often than not inclined to, okay, I'm going to click off of this because it's not something I really want to watch. But I didn't on that. And I'm like, and
N
I sat
now,
through the whole thing.
did you see any videos where it caught you and it sounded good, but then the camera was shaky or it was blurry?
Mm, yes, very much.
What does that do for the
I
vote?
can't, because, yeah, there were some that sounded good and the band probably looked good, but there were too many people in front of the band. So you can't see the band. So that doesn't make a good video. That's not
Well,
some, because a lot of people think of it like as if the people in the room are the ones that are going to see the video, but that's not the case. You have to think of it like you're making a movie or it's a TV show, and how is the viewer going to see this?
mm,
And you want to try to give them the experience as much as possible of being in the room, but having that multi-camera thing where you can kind of close up on somebody's face when they're singing, or close up on somebody's guitar when they're playing a solo, or whatever, different angles, so like behind the drummer, so you could see the whole band, so you
yeah,
get the whole
right. Yeah,
picture of,
experience it, yeah.
the whole experience of what's going on. You get to know the people, kind of. Those are the videos I really, really enjoyed.
Nice.
And I mean, it's interesting, really going through this process of going through everybody's videos and watching what they're doing. Because some people, I mean, I don't mean to offend anybody, but some people don't have a clue what they're doing, and and it's very obvious. And
Well, again, buy me a cup of coffee, another opportunity for some coaching,
buy
People
me a
got some
coffee.
experience
Yes,
with it, yeah.
buy me a coffee. The link is in the description for that. Um, so a video is so important. It's so powerful. Like if you make good videos, you will get followers.
Well, I think the video is a make or break too, because if you have a great band with a crappy video, it doesn't represent the band, that's not gonna be good either,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Like, if the audio is crackly or it's just garbly or it's just, whatever, So it can be both a blessing or a curse depending on the quality, right? So that's really what it comes down to, it seems like. Even if you can't have a multi-camera shoot or you don't have the technical, advantages to do it, at least if you have a single shot, it's gotta be good. Like, it's gotta
Yeah.
be clear audio and clear picture and great performance. It's gotta
Yeah.
be captivating.
Yeah. Captivating and capture the energy of what it is you're doing. Try to capture that on in video. And you have to shoot a lot to get that. You might capture that magic out of one or two songs out of an entire night, but you have to shoot the entire night to get that.
Well, that's just it too, right? You can't just pick a couple of songs here and there.
Yeah.
That's
But
okay
yeah,
though.
during the pandemic, a lot of people were doing the home or social distanced
Mhm,
videos where
mhm.
people are in their different homes or recording their parts, and I'm still getting a lot of those type of submissions too, and they're fantastic usually because you really it's much easier than a live gig to control your whole environment, to control your sound, how it looks, your background, and then like you said,
Well,
you
the
had
timing
experience with
too,
that.
right? Because I'll bring GoPros to a gig, but after, 35 or 40 minutes, they're dead, and you need to change the battery in them.
Right.
So
I,
that becomes a problem because if you're in the middle of a set, there's no way to stop and do it. So you're
yeah.
gonna lose part of each set.
Yeah, so I still encourage people to do those kind of videos, even though we're not in the whole pandemic thing much anymore,
Yeah.
and learn from because I don't have experience making those kind of videos. I'm sure I could figure it out, but I've never done it. But the ones I've seen, some of them are just amazing,
Yeah.
and so some of those were the ones I shared. Douglas said, like everyone's business, half of it is being great, and half is letting everyone know you're great. Marketing 101,
Mhm.
referring to the marketing I was talking about before.
Yes.
And yeah, on the buy me a coffee thing, I have options to show everybody. I call it the different levels are CBC 101, CBC 102, and CBC 103. Beginner, intermediate,
CBS FM.
CBC.
No, I know, it used to be CBS was 10, I think it was 101.9 or something, 101.2.
So other things with videos, people were sending me. First of all, I asked for a YouTube link, and people were sending me Facebook Watch links and sending me files to
Again,
download.
Steve, just not paying attention to the directions, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
and sending files to download. So if you
You
sent me
know.
something that I had to download, I did not download it.
Let me ask you a question though. Where do you think the disconnect is with anything in life when you say you tell people or you ask them to do something and you give them a specific direction and or option to do something and total disregard, like they never even read past the first sentence and just where does the lack of attention come from nowadays?
I
Because
don't
they
know.
legalized weed that people just are smoking so
No,
much that they can't concentrate?
you can't blame marijuana on that.
I don't get it, man. People just
I don't get it
abundance
either.
of dopes everywhere. I'll put it bluntly just like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I don't
know
get it, man.
what I mean, yeah, maybe people are reading things and they interpret it their own way. And yeah, But I didn't say specifically to anybody, don't send me a video to download.
No,
But
of
that should
course.
be obvious. Like, I'm not going to download your file. I don't know who you are. I don't know if your file is corrupt.
Oh, let me download John Bro's band. Brr. Computer denied access.
And then the other one, the bugaboo, was people sending me promo videos. And I did say specifically, don't send me promo videos, meaning the video that you make to get yourself work, like introducing band B.
Hey,
And then you
Steve.
see, don't stop believing. And then she had a first real sex. You see the cuts of all these.
Yeah.
I don't want a promo video. I want a song, beginning to end.
Right. Live.
Live or in studio, either way.
Yeah.
Just
No,
make it a
no,
song.
no,
Like
you know what I mean, but
it's
performance, yeah.
this song. Pick that
Mhm.
song and make a video from it.
That's so funny when you say promo video, because if you look at cover band promo videos, I'm sure the same, like, dozen songs are on almost every
I
single one of
think,
them, you
yeah,
know?
I think promo videos are the worst. I hate
Yeah.
them. I think they make you look stupid and
But they're fun to make.
cheesy.
If you've ever done them, they are fun, and because they're cheesy, you have to be ultra cheesy, you know what I mean? Like,
They
when you're
are
playing, you gotta be you're like,
they are
"Ha
so cheesy and not really representative of who you are.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's so I don't they make me laugh sometimes too, but I
That's a
will
good thing, though.
absolutely not. If you're sending me your promo video, I'm absolutely not going to post that on the CBC page. I'm
Aw,
sorry,
no? And we won't
unless
have an
it's
episode dedicated to it or nothing?
I can't
Bummer.
do it. I can't do it. No, it's too much. It's just too much cheese. If I wanted that much cheese,
Too much cheese.
I
Dude,
understand.
do you remember when Tish used to play with Aluminum Jew, and when he would do his drum solo, they would pour Cheez-Its in his mouth, and he would chew them up, and he would spit them out like a fountain, like a cheese
No,
fountain for
I don't remember that.
as goofing and being like how it was cheesy?
That band was, yeah, we did a lot of cheesy in that band. We
Yeah,
had
that was
a
pretty fun.
it was a great band, and we was just I have a picture of me from that band, just completely changing subject here, but I have a picture of me playing with that band. We used to play on Wednesday nights. It was this band called, like Tony said, Aluminum Jew. It wasn't a we weren't slamming any anybody. It was just a joke, but it was terrible joke. But I have a picture of me with a t-shirt that was like cut off, the arm sleeves are cut off, and it's cut here and it's just like sagging, and I'm wearing cut off red sweatpants,
It's a good look for you, Steve. Good look.
high top white sneakers with like white tube socks.
Pulled up to your knees.
No, they weren't, but
Yes.
they were there.
Yeah.
But the red cut
Like
off
the
sweatpants,
story.
what the hell was I thinking? And why
I
did
don't know, dude.
nobody say to me, Steve, are
You
you
must have been single at the time, because I don't think any chick would let you go on stage looking like that.
yeah, no, I don't even think I had a girlfriend at the time, but I met a girl around that time and she used to come see me there and then I started
She's like,
dating
"I
her.
love those red pants, Steve. Oh my god."
No, I mean, no, 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 no.
When
The
you
cargo shorts thing is the conversation comes up all the time, but nobody says about the red sweatpants.
cut off red sweatpants nonetheless. Were they cut off like Daisy Duke, or were they cut off like surfer
No, no, they were
shorts?
cut off like at the knees. They were cut
Okay.
off cool.
Alright.
But I
Alright.
should share that picture in the Cover Band
You
Central group.
definitely should, because, dude, I can't tell you how many pictures I've seen online of guys, like, in older bands, and they got those, like, grammar school gym shorts on, like, this real short, like, real tight shorts, with
Oh
the
no,
white
no,
embroidered, like,
no,
edge on
no.
them. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Those are horrible.
Yeah, that's pretty
Those were
funny.
the worst shorts ever.
Yeah.
They were like standard issue shorts for
Yes, for
school.
gym.
Oh, they were the
That's pretty
worst.
funny. But, yeah, but, it's great because, the guy, one of the listeners earlier was talking about digitizing the video, right? So he could archive it. So
Right.
we just did that with the very first album I ever played on, with the first original band I was ever in, 1988, 1989. We recorded an album, and it was never revisited until now. And we found the tapes. So we baked the tapes, and then we digitized everything and we remastered it.
Nice.
So yeah, so in the coming weeks we'll be getting that back. So that's very exciting. Trip down
Lindsay
memory lane,
Lindsay
Steve.
thinks my red sweatpants were styling.
Yeah, I
I think that's what she's talking about.
think she's talking about
I will show you that picture. Maybe
remastering.
I'll show it next week. I don't know where it is. I know I don't have it
Yeah,
scanned
you got to
anywhere,
break that out, man.
but I know I have it. No, because every time I've seen it, I'm like, that is so embarrassing. Why the hell would I?
You
Why?
find that picture, and I'll find one where I have the mohawk with the red, white, and blue flag on the side of my head.
Good morning, Samuel. Samuel is in. Just woke up, I guess, wherever he is. What did you say? The flannel? What?
No, I said you find the picture of you with your red sweatpants, and I'll find the picture I have of my red, white, and blue mohawk.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I had a mohawk with a red, white, and blue flag on the
Let's
one
see.
side and some kind of design on the other.
We made Lindsay laugh.
That's good. We're doing our job.
Hey,
There,
man.
Lindsay. Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I think I should start doing more of that in the group, just showing embarrassing pictures of me,
Yeah,
just to show
I'm
people
down for that.
like, hey, I'm not that cool. I'm really not that cool. I used to be very uncool. Even though that was a cool band, I just didn't know. I still don't know how to dress myself though. I don't dress that bad though. I can't imagine. Like,
What if
yeah,
you
I'm going
wore
on.
like a wrestling singlet on stage? That would be a good look, I think.
Right. I guess some people are behind. I guess that's the way you can do this. I don't know.
Well,
I was going to show
see,
Donna's comments very
maybe the
long,
people
but
saying that they're waking up now are just maybe they're taking a nap. It may not be morning there.
no, it's like Donna's talking about the taking direction thing.
Oh,
But she put a long comment here, which I can't put on the screen because it will cover our faces.
go ahead, Steve. Put it up.
That's long. So more advice with the videos thing. Lighting is huge. Make sure your lighting is good, whether
That's
it's on
real important because
stage.
if it's a club and it's dark, you don't have lighting on the band, it's going to look really crappy.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely want a good lighting. And if you have, that's why I really like the home video thing where you have control over all of those aspects of your video.
Hmm.
Your lighting. When you're playing live, you only have so much control. If you have somebody that you know that's doing the lights, then that helps, I guess.
Yeah, but no, it's really important. I mean, look behind me at my background, right? Those are all real lights, but it
Yes.
takes a while to figure out the placement and how much and the intensity and the color. You got to experiment with it.
Yes.
So in a home environment, it's much more controlled and you're a lot more flexible. Live, you're going to be limited to whatever's there, and you have to make
Right.
make do with it.
Right. Donna, that's okay. Donna, apologize. Sorry. A little long-winded. I read it though. So
Well, I don't. It's okay to send long comments as long as it covers your face and not mine.
all right.
If it covers both of us, that's not
Now
good.
it would cover both of us.
Oh well, then sorry, Donna, we can't read it.
I'll work on that though.
Work on it. Make this split screen
Yeah.
comment.
So what else
Yeah.
with videos? Definitely, I wrote an article. It's on the website, coverbandcentral.com.
Hey, I
And
got a
it's
question, Steve. Is it better to have, like you said, send you full videos? That was your request, right? But in general, if you said, "Hey, dude, like send me like your band," instead of a promo video, what if you just had a video that had like, 15 or 20 seconds of like 5 or 6 songs live? You know what I mean? But spliced
no,
together.
no,
No,
no. I want one song, one
no,
full
I'm not.
song.
I'm not talking about what you want. I'm saying in general. Instead of a promo video, like you said, like don't
Well,
stop.
it's
What
the
if you had
same.
like
It's the same thing, though.
But not really, because you're not like, "Hey," you're not like, looking at the camera and like, you'd be like at a live gig environment, but it would be a cut of a bunch of different songs. So like if maybe, the first song you're watching is like, okay, but you may not want to sit through the whole song.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe if it looks good, you pick the right songs, you do good edits. Sure,
Tony Bonner does not endorse
sure.
the opinions of Steve Witchell or the represented by this program. Thank you.
Look, you do whatever works for you. That's all I'm
Just do
saying.
what you feel like
But but
doing. Just
but
do it.
for videos, you're sending me one song, beginning to end, one song. Make sure it's a cover too. I had people sending me originals. Like it's got to be a cover song. Come on.
Wow.
And little thing. I wrote an article. It's YouTube mistakes people make and how to fix them. It's on the website, coverbandcentral.com. And you could read all those things on there. I should have put the link in there in here for that. I didn't do that.
Dude.
But one of the things I talk about there is the title of your video. Make sure the title of your video has keywords in it. The title of your video is keywords.
So it shouldn't be like xref_14-275 version 3? That's not a good title?
Correct.
Right.
Correct. And that's if you upload a video to YouTube, that is what the default title will be.
Excellent.
It will be the file name, whatever the file name is. You have to change it and make it keywords. And the keywords should be the name of your band, the name of the song, and the name of the artist you're covering. So
valuable information, Steve.
Edge of 17 cover, Edge of 17 Stevie Nicks cover by the Stevie Nicks cover band, or whatever the hell your band name is.
By the Nicholas Stevie's band.
Yeah, whatever. Put that in the title, and then in your description, make sure you elaborate on that. We played at Joe's Pub on May 17th, and we played this song, and
it was a rockin' rendition of this song. You got to check it out.
Rockin' rendition, great adjectives. We love it.
Yes,
rockin'.
Rockin' rendition,
and put links to your other stuff, like your Facebook page, your website, your Twitter, your Instagram, your TikTok, whatever you got.
No promo videos in there.
Though. Put a link in each in the description when you do your videos. So if people like your video, they can be like, "Oh, here, I can go follow them on Insta, whatever."
Steve, do you know xref17_1473 version 5? You ever hear them before? I can't seem to find them, man. They're rocking out though, dude.
It's important, guys. That's all I'm saying. It's important. It's a little thing. It might seem it doesn't take a long time, but it's hugely important.
As my good friend Dom Famularo would say, Steve, this is huge.
Right. And finally, song selection. People sent me videos of songs and I consider myself a pretty well-read musician, or music fan, I should say. People were sending me songs that I never heard of. I never heard of the artist, never heard the song before, and I'm watching it, and I'm okay. I'm open to new songs all the time.
Steve, I think you've been bamboozled, dude, because now that people know that you won't listen to any original songs, they just make stuff up. Like, dude, this is a song by Johnny Rackenshaw from this album, No Disgrace, and it's called Tender Me Some Cash. And the guy just goes into a rendition, and you're like, wow, that's pretty good. But you start Googling, like, Tender Me Some Cash. Like, there's no such guy that exists like that.
Well, there's going to be now.
The Orville Redenbacher band.
Tender me some cash, because I'm really strapped. Tender me some cash,
and don't give me no more crap.
Well, we got to write that song now.
Hand me over them bills.
But all right. So I'm okay with songs I don't know, artists I don't know. But if the song isn't good, then no.
Doesn't matter then, right?
It's got to be a really good song. And usually popular songs are really good songs, even if they've been done to death. And that's the flip side of it too. I got submissions of songs that have been done to death, and I'm not sharing you have to be incredible for me to share a cover of Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah.
Don't send me Don't Stop Believing.
Because there'll be a million of them, dude.
Don't send me Don't Stop Believing videos unless you've interpreted it different, presented it differently, and you're incredible. Don't send me Don't Stop Believing. No. Rebel yell. I got so many rebel yells. Like, come on, stop it with the rebel yell. Nobody wants to hear that.
Stop yelling.
Song.
I'm not yelling.
Nobody wants to hear rebel yell. Give me a song that's cool, that's not too overdone. I mean, I talk about that.
What might be representative of a cool song that's not overdone, Steve, in your opinion?
I got one of the ones I shared was this solo artist, this dude. He's just singing, playing guitar, single shot. He's outside, and he did "All I Want" by Toad the Wet Sprocket. Very cool song. It was a popular song, but it's not overdone, not overplayed, and his performance was excellent. His vocals were excellent, his guitar playing, everything. And
Cool.
so that's one. I mean, there's a million songs that aren't freaking Summer of '69 and Jesse's Girl and Highway to Hell, and come on, like, stop it with those
American Girl.
songs. American Girl. I don't want no. Again, unless you're phenomenal at performing those
But
songs.
even at that, right? Like, you could be like the reincarnated Steve Perry, right? And do that song, and it'll be great. But it's like you said, it's 10 million versions of it out there.
Ah, enough already. Out of Love Again by Van Halen. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Love that.
That's a cool song that most of our generation knows, even though it wasn't really a single. It's still
Dude, Alex Van
Halen
Halen's
2.
crushing it, man. His drums are great on that.
That's Van Halen 2. That's a great song. So yeah, if you've got a cool version of that, Steve, send it. And some people sent me just like instrumentals. Like, so I got a couple that were bass players that just sent me like playing bass, and that was it. And they were cool. It's less engaging though than having a song where somebody's singing. It just is. But I wouldn't turn them down necessarily. They just have to be really good. So because I'm only doing one a day, so and I'm getting hundreds of submissions, so I have to be selective here.
Yeah, you
But
only have a certain amount of time to review them before you're going to post it, right?
Exactly. But if you're interested in being selected, if you want, because this audience is huge, again, close to 400,000 now on the page.
Yeah.
It's a big audience, and once we
Remember when
share it,
100,000 was like the mark where you're like, dude, we're almost at 100,000.
yeah,
We hit 100,000 today.
yeah,
400,000.
so it gets out there, and if it's really good, people will see it. And I especially want to target the people who are putting out really good videos but don't have a whole lot of views and need the help. So send it to Steve at coverbandcentral.com. Send a link, preferably to a YouTube video, to Steve at coverbandcentral.com. Tell me a little bit about the band, a little bit about the performance, where it was, why you're choosing this song, blah, blah, blah. And that's it.
XREF17_52- will be playing at 1972 Montgomery Street. Come see us.
Yeah. That's it. Send it. And if I do pick yours to share, I will let you know. I'll write you back and tell you when it's going to post. So Steve at coverbandcentral.com. What else do I have?
Steve, that's awful nice of you to notify that you're going to play it for him.
Yes. Coverbandcentral.com is where you can go to sign up for a
CBC
profile.
Cares. For
you, your band, or both. It's free. Go do that. What else do I have to tell people?
Bandoogle.
Bandoogle. I don't have the link up here. Why do I not have the freaking link? Bandoogle is killer. If you need a website, there's the link in the description. Use the promo code CBC. Use the promo code CoverBandCentral and start your free 30-day trial today.
Use the promo code CoverBandCentral and start your free trial today.
30-day trial.
Free 30-day trial today.
Bandoogle. They kick ass, really. I mean, we're kind of kidding around, but they're
no, we are.
Great.
But Bandoogle they are.
They're great. Steve's going to send us Out of Love Again. So cool.
Awesome.
I got one person that knows how to do this whole thing, out of this whole thing, but that's fine. Check out the Buy Me a Coffee thing. The link is in the description there. That's something I just set up now, so I want to really see if it works. You can buy us a beer instead of a coffee because it's late and it's Friday night, so we'd rather drink beer. Yeah. And check out the membership options I offer there to learn some marketing stuff from me, because I know what the heck I'm doing. And
Master Marketer Steve Witchell.
And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link is in the description.
Yeah.
And that'll do it for us this week.
Dig it to each other. Peace, love.
We will see you next time.